was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And after my dad, Bob, his name is Bob Bruss, got full custody of me, I lived with him in South Milwaukee through elementary school. We lived near Miller Brewery and the Milwaukee Brewers baseball stadium. And in the fall of '91, my dad moved me out to a suburb just outside of Milwaukee called Muskego. But my dad, he grew up in Milwaukee, and after he graduated MSOE, Milwaukee School of Engineering, he became a robotics engineer and welder for A.O. Smith Corp. In the 70s, which later became Tower Automotive in 1997. But my dad, he operated these big giant yellow robots, welding automobile frames, parts, different types of metals. And he was a workaholic. He was a worker. He's a single dad. He worked 12, 14 hours a day, maybe more. And he had a set routine as well. So after work, he would go to a gym that was called Vic Tanny back in the early 90s. Then he would go to the bar. And that was the thing. He had such a set routine. Even before I was even thought of, he would go to the bar. His daily routine consisted of going to multiple bars, really. But my dad loved his beer. He wasn't a hardcore liquor drinker or anything, but he drank a lot of beer. And he did drink Miller Lite beer.
Oh, yeah.
And he would bring a 24-pack of beer to the Christmas dinner table. And he would carry the case of beer like it was a briefcase. Inside the briefcase, you would have like papers, pens, pencils, calculators, divorce papers, and the beer, the 24-pack of beer, you open it up and you got a fresh cool one. But my dad, he got me enrolled into Taekwondo martial arts when I was 9 years old. Taekwondo is it's a Korean martial art. It's the art of hands and feet, mostly punching and kicking. And their philosophy is high kicking above the waist. So my father thought that would be good self-discipline and a good emotional outlet for me and learn self-defense. So my dad would, whenever I would go to class, like every other day or something, he would come home from work, pick me up, take me to class on South 27th Street, which was next to a Toys R Us. And he would go to a bar, come back, pick me up, and then we would go to another one of his favorite bars. And it was like Cheers, the TV show Cheers. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it came out in 1982. Cheers, it's about a local bar in Boston, and about a group of locals that would go out to the bar, talk, have fun, socialize, laugh, drink, and take a break from day-to-day, everyday life. And sitting next to my dad on the bar stools, it was just like that. Everybody knew my dad. He knew everyone. Everybody knew each other. And everybody looked out for each other. And it was like, some of the people there were like our next door neighbors that lived down the block. So it was kind of like a neighborhood watch thing going on. But my dad, he had multiple Bob nicknames, like Father Bob, Billy Bob, Super Bob, Bobber Bob, Tuesday Bob, Wednesday Bob. He was even called Spacer in the 80s. I don't know what that quite meant, but some of his friends call him Spacer. But sitting next to my dad on the bar stool, sometimes it'd be a comfortable silence. And but usually after a few extra beers in him, he would give me the talk about life, philosophy on life, complain about mom, whatever. But these talks would usually be at the bar, inside the Delta 88 Oldsmobile car, or at home. So, but my dad was also on a food budget as well because he was paying for a mortgage in Muskego. So he had a food budget, so he would purchase like frozen processed foods such as TV dinners, frozen burritos, frozen pizzas, and I ate so many pizzas as a kid that I started gaining weight, got a little chubby, and developed a little bit of a gas problem, like 4th, 5th grade, somewhere in the 1990. So my dad took me to Taekwondo class, and in the car, he would say, "Craig, I noticed you're getting a little bit chubby there. Let me tell you something, Craig. It's a lot easier to gain weight than it is to lose weight. Ain't Dad?" But when I was a little kid, going into my early teens, I would annoy the shit out of my dad. I was labeled as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And I would try to get my dad's attention, making noise, laughing. And I remember you come home from the bar at night. One thing I did was I had a bedroom in the downstairs basement, and you'd be upstairs walking around, and I would be yelling out the word, Akis! The word Akis was slang when I was a kid back in Milwaukee. It was slang for baby poop. So if a baby pooped a diaper, say, oh, baby went Akis in the diaper. So I was yelling out, Akis! Shut the fuck up! Akis! You're acting like you're 4 years old again, Craig. Going around saying Akis. A baby worth for shit. But, during my teens, middle school years, he had me performing household chores. I had to wash the kitchen floors and stuff like that. And 18, I had to pay my car insurance, pay for my food. Craig, when are you going to clean the floor and pay your car insurance? Dad, I cleaned the computer room, but you keep ashing the cigar smoke all over the computer keyboard. Craig! Craig! It's my house! But later on, he would come home from the bar. Our conversations started taking place in the kitchen. And I owed him some money once, so I said, here, Dad, here's the money I owe you, plus an extra $1 for a tip. Fuck your tip! Craig, what are you wearing? It's a white tank top undershirt. Some people at school, kids at school call it a white beater. What'd you say? It's called a white beater. No, I don't like that. Okay, Bob. The name is Dad! But, I remember the last time I lived with him was in 2016, and I lived with him for a few months to get on my feet, and he had a stent put in his heart, that I knew, and came home, went to his bedroom, called me in. I walked into his bedroom, and he was sitting upright on top of his bed, in his underwear, eating a salami sandwich. Now picture Marlon Brando, the Godfather, my boss, in his underwear eating a salami sandwich. Craig, when you get older, you gotta watch the heart. Do you ever use skin creams, Dad? Fuck skin creams, talk about the heart, Craig! After he passed away, I found out he had 4 stents in the heart and 2 in the leg. So it was like talking about the heart, so heart issues do run the family. But one other thing I did, I used to practice my martial arts in the backyard, rock kicking the tree to calcium toughen out my shins. Craig, you kick the bark off the tree. Trees are supposed to be, peace with the universe. What'd that tree ever do to you? Then I would sidekick the lawn chairs across the backyard. He would say, congratulations, Craig. You destroyed the 4th and final lawn chair. I hope you're fucking happy. And we used to love to talk. He would love to talk about Mom every once in a while. Come home from the bar around 8 or 9 p.m. Meet in the kitchen because that's when the conversations would take place in my late teens. Craig, when I met your mother, Dad, no, I heard it 100 times. Craig, gotta hear this. Dad, no. Craig, Dad. It was like playing Marco Polo with my dad. Marco Polo. Craig, Dad. Craig, when I met your mother at John's Bar in 1980, I thought she had sexy legs. Dad. Craig, what I'm saying is listen to the head up here and not the head down there, okay? Get to know her first and wear protection if you have sex. Understand? Now, Craig, Dad, Craig, if the color was blue, your mother said it was red. There's something wrong with your mom, Craig. She didn't get help. After dating her a few months, her personality changed, Craig. She started yelling and screaming at me. I had to hide from her. I had to get the hell away from her, Craig, so I hid in a bar and she found me. So there you are, Bob. You're coming home now. I made chili for dinner. Ah! Craig, there's 2 types of women you're going to meet. One, you're not going to care about so much. You're casually dating, having fun, hooking up. It's a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. Second woman you're with, you're laying in bed together, you love her in a relationship. Oh, that was great, honey. I love you. Let's do it again. Great talk, Dad. Love you. Anyways, my name is Craig Bruss. Please check out the first 2 films I wrote, directed, produced, and starred in called The Matchstick Flame and The Matchstick Flame 2. Both free to watch on Tubi and available on Amazon Prime. Yep, and check me out on Facebook, Craig Bruss, and Instagram and Twitter at the Matchstick Flame 123. It's great to be here at the LA School of Comedy. Thank you so much, SUNY Crew Quiz, for bringing me up here today, and the Thumbs Up event. Great stuff.
Yeah.
God help us all.